Hey there, guys and ghouls. It's your girl Jet, and today we are doing a Mush Manor spooky fairy garden speed build over here in my Forest of Valor next to Fairy Godmother, where our little mushroom house is gonna fit perfectly. Y'all, this house, as soon as I opened Dreamlight Valley this morning and I saw it, I squealed with delight because it is so darn cute. Now, I knew, most of my friends out there, they're gonna do, your cottage core, fairy core type of build, and I was like, the one thing that I know sets me apart is that spooky is in my soul, so we're going with a more spooky vibe over here. Not too spooky, just some classic jack-o'-lanterns and some spiderweb trees, but it does come out really cute. I chose this little corner of my Valor where I had an obnoxious amount of pumpkins, as you can see me removing here. They were an eyesore and I always wondered what to do with this area, and as soon as I saw that Mushroom Manor, I was like, oh, here it is. It is going here. So here you see me getting rid of nearly, I think it was 300,000 coins worth of pumpkins. Insanity. It was so many. My Forest of Valor has a fall theme, and I don't know if I'm going to keep it fall all year long. I think I might, because I feel like we have enough biomes that we can kind of have a little bit of every season, every type of vibe in them. So I'm thinking I'm going to have fall here, maybe winter / Christmas up there in it's Frosted Heights. Summer down in the beach, spring in our meadow, and then who knows where, there's just so many places and so many different homes with different builds. Also, here you see me doing the trick. If you have a crazy amount of holes, you can take a big building, a big piece of furniture, place it down, make sure that you completely place it, go back into furniture mode, pick it up, and those holes will be gone. I accidentally planted, I think it was canola or something here while I was picking up the pumpkins, so I do have to manually fill in these holes, but that's okay. Honestly, cleaning up this area probably took me longer than anything, because once I placed that mushroom house down there, it was like boom, 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 boom. This is how I want it. A few minor movements of things just to make things fit, and we were good to go. I am taking inspiration from a photo that I saw on Google of a real life fairy garden in a huge terracotta planter pot, a pot. I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. The one thing that I truly wish we had in this game, we need mushrooms. Dreamlight Valley devs, we have them in Animal Crossing. We have the cutest glowing mushrooms that would have went perfectly with this build. And Dinkum? Why we need them here in this game? Please. As fall girls, we need them. especially when you give us something this adorable. I was kind of peeved once I put this down and I realized that it was fenced in and that whole area was decorated. So I did kind of have to think of my toes really quick here. I started just placing some random items down, not placing them where they were going to go, but kind of. This is basically where they ended up. You know, we need some foliage, anything to fill in this area. I'm realizing that I used a lot of those items in all of my previous builds and I haven't went yet. And then I got this the other day, you guys. I got the wooden produce stand. So while I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, let me throw this over here. It's kind of just tossed with no thought, but don't worry, I will go in and fix that later. Got my beloved beach grass, which works in any overgrown spooky type build like we have here. Okay, here's where I start improvising that path, trying to match what we had, you know, given to us with this mushroom manor. What do y'all think about this house? Do you think it is as adorable as I feel like me and every single one of my friends who play this game do? Like, there was so much chatter in the Twitter DMs this morning with everybody going, did you see? Did you see? Have you logged in? It's just, oh my gosh, it's so adorable, y'all. I'm going to say adorable 500 times in this video, probably. Okay, here we are using those spooky trees. Because what is a spooky build without some spiderwebs and jack-o'-lanterns and dead trees? It's not. So we have that in there. But I did want to, like, you know, have these items here in case. I wanted them in places that I could easily replace them if I needed to. You know, if I decide not to keep this in a fall and spooky vibe all year, I can easily go in and replace this tree with something else, you know. Maybe we'll Christmas it up. Put some of those giant Christmas trees they gave us last year in there. Of course, it's not a fall build without a big basket of mums. Because these spooky trees are so big, I'm trying to figure out how to decorate around them. We have all these different pumpkin variations that I want to work in here, obviously, but I don't want anything to, what's the word? Basically, I don't want anything to be hidden or obstructed. Obstructed is the word. You know, I kind of want them to drop in natural places. Oh, here we have our cute jack-o'-lantern scarecrow. He fits so great over here. All right, so at this point, I start trying to fill in this left side, the build, trying to merge it with Fairy Godmother, what I did over there. So in goes, you know, some of our, what is this? is it a dead tree? Sinister tree? Dead forgotten land tree. Some bare trees, but you will see here in a minute that I do change this little area over here just a little bit. Well, a little bit, because we put in another spooky tree after a quick trip to Scrooge's shop. Yeah, see, none of this was working. It wasn't giving spooky vibe. It was making the area a little too bright. Okay, here I am placing that second spooky tree, trying to get it just right. I do have to move some of the natural things I had over there by Fairy Godmother. That darn canola plant right there in my way. It was so frustrating. But we worked with what we had at the moment, and I'll remove that probably tomorrow morning and put in some stone, maybe. Beach grass everywhere. I feel like I've used so much beach grass on this in this valley. It's crazy. Okay, so the picture I took inspiration from had these green crooked vine type lights. So these were about as close as I could get to that. They do give the vibe, so they worked great. You can make this at your DIY bench. And then these, since we don't have mushrooms, and there were little glowing mushrooms everywhere, these give me that vibe, and I do try to hide them a little bit so they're not so obvious to be lamps. So we'll put them behind things, we'll hide them in some weeds, and we'll decorate our path. And I thought they ended up coming out really cute. Y'all, if you have made it this far into the video and you are enjoying your time with me, I would appreciate it so much if you gave this video a like and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you are notified when I upload more videos like this. I do post a lot of Dreamlight Valley content, Palia, some Animal Crossing. I've been working at some decor because I am obsessed with that game lately. And most of my builds have some type of spooky vibe, obviously with a heavy amount of cozy. This beach grass make sure if you're gonna lay it, sometimes you're gonna get huge sections of this beach grass, but just keep going back, putting it away, bringing out a new one, and eventually you'll find like smaller ones. I had to do that so much here. Okay, so here we have some vines, because what spooky fairy garden doesn't have a couple little crooked vines in there? Just a little bit, you know, we have to add to the overgrown vibe that we have. So we quickly realized the fern is not the vibe for this area. So that went away. And then we're just moving some of these plants because we do want little pops of green in there. We obviously want our pops of orange. Throw in some bushes. I did have to rearrange these a little bit, I think. Okay. In between now and my walkthrough, I moved them a little bit because my pathway was a little cramped getting through there. This area was it just was pretty easy to refresh since it was already framed out from where I had the pumpkin garden. So I'm literally just trying to fill any of those spaces so we don't have any of the colorful plants or anything that grow naturally in the Forgotten Lands, so they don't clash the vibe too much of what we have going on over here. Here we're adding some more jack-o'-lanterns after my trip to Scrooge's. Because we need that glow, we need all those little spooky faces watching as we come up this path. I think I may do an interior on this. A lot of my house skins, I don't often do them in just because, I mean, I don't even really go in my own house other than storage. But I'm thinking I may do a cute little fairy build in there if I can think of the furniture to use. Is that something y'all would like to see? Let me know in the comments below. Work on some kind of interior fairy garden. As you can see, I tried so hard to work this triple stack in. It was not having it. And I was gonna say, you honestly can never go wrong with a lot of barrels, but in this build, unfortunately so, as well as this fallen tree trunk. I tried, y'all. Tried. It just did not look good anywhere I tried to put it. So, bye-bye it went. What is any spooky build without a Venus flytrap? And I'm gonna give it a little walkthrough to see how things work. Drop down some plants to start filling in as we near, you know, those final touches of the build. Some plants, some pumpkins, to give it those orange and yellow pops of nature we need. And now that I think about it, I did leave that left side over there where we meld in with Fairy Godmother's house bare of plants. So I will go in the morning and add those in there, because I do want this to be kind of a fluid little fairy garden area between the two of them. And here we are getting these pumpkins just right here in the corner, trying to widen this walkway a little bit, because as I said, it was a little tight right there between those stones and the bushes. And I can tell you right now, I pulled my old trick where if all else fails, just add in a fern. And that's what you're gonna see me do here, because your girl was struggling. I did not know what to do. And as we near the end of this build, I'd like to thank you for spending your time with me. I know my speed builds can be a little long at times, but I like to share this entire process with you. It is sped up, so there is that. I would never make you. Sometimes my builds can be 3 and 4 hours. I think this one only was I think it was an hour, and that was including some DIY projects, so it was pretty quick. Anybody can do this if I can do it, y'all. Let me tell you. Just correcting these, and then this was a little frustrating because I didn't want to cover the jack-o'-lantern. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. But y'all, we are approaching our walkthrough, so that is going to be it for today's video. As always, I hope you have the best day ever, because you absolutely deserve it. And remember, keep it spooky, keep it cute, and always, most importantly, keep it kind. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.